How's it going, gang? It's the final render here, and welcome to an exciting Fallout 76 camp build video. Man, it's been a long time since I've said that, isn't it, people? I've actually been working away for a long time. For about 2.5 weeks or so, I was working away doing video and camera work at a law firm, and I haven't had any time to produce YouTube content, so I'm very sorry about that. But you know, like, actual work in the real world is always going to take precedence over YouTube, especially in this world of COVID-19 and stuff. But anyways, welcome to another Fallout 76 video. I'm really happy to be back. I bet YouTube is really going to punish me for not uploading for so long, but hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this fantastic Fallout 76 camp build. Let's go, people. It's good to be back. So for today's Fallout 76 camp build video, we have come to a really cool place, pretty much right smack bang in the middle of the map. This is in the Savage Divide, and you can find it very near the top of the world resort. And what's really cool about this location is that we have a huge amount of water here, but it's very, very shallow water, shallow enough to build in. And we also have some lovely Brahmin who come in here and play in the water, so it's a lovely little fun place to have your camp. And today we're going to be building a fantastic crashed plane camp and really utilizing the brand new bridges that you can get inside Fallout 76. So we put down our fantastic flying fortress prefab, which is a really cool prefab that came out recently. I really like it. And then we're going to get this encampment bridge set. And can I just say how much I really like these bridge sets? They look really good, they're quick and easy to put together, and they really give your camp a certain flavor. And I spent ages, and I mean ages, lining up so that these bridges end exactly at the main entrance of the plane, and it's perfectly parallel to the main entrance, so it's dead straight. And then I wanted to have lots of corners. I kind of build like a little compound out of these bridges. But unfortunately, these bridges can only be built in straight lines. However, there are ways around it by lining up foundations correctly or by snapping them to the larger bridge pieces. Also, all these bridge pieces do tend to clip into other things, such as the flying fortress and also these foundation stairs. So it means you can actually get really nice, clean, crisp looking bridges. And I just think it's a really nice thing, and I'm definitely going to be using it a lot in my camps, especially when over water. And of course, we have a crashed plane here, so I thought what better source of power to use than the wind turbine generators. Put them right next to the wings, so we actually have this kind of look of propeller engines on them. Looks really good, actually. I did toy with the idea of building actual wings, but it looked a bit silly. And now what I also wanted to do was go and use the new greenhouse set to build a really big greenhouse. It took me a long time to complete season 2, but I eventually got it done, which means we are finally able to use the really nice glass greenhouse set that I think is definitely one of the nicest wall sets we have ever seen. And obviously this came out in season 2, so therefore you can earn it completely for free in-game, although it wouldn't surprise me if there is a new way to unlock them soon, maybe with gold bullion. They did that at the end of the last season after all, had some of the season rewards unlockable with gold bullion. And I want to actually build a big greenhouse, but I do actually change it several times, so it will change at several points throughout the video, you'll see. And unfortunately, I really wanted to have a neat looking kind of pathway with these bridges, but seeing as these can only be built in straight lines, I've kind of cheated them a little bit to get corners. We actually have big gaps in the posts, but what you can do is by going ahead and using the same technique we use to get corner posts, is actually build downwards and have these metal posts right on the corners of our foundations. That way you actually get really clean looking bridges, and I think it's definitely worth the extra time and effort to do. But here we are with our kind of main structure done. We've actually got quite a small amount of space being used here. We could build much wider if we wanted to, but it's nice. It feels compact and quite cozy in a way. It feels like something which one person could practically do over a few years, so I think that's really cool. Next up, I wanted to go and put some really cool light posts on the outside, on the beams, to make it look really good at night, and then focus on the inside. This is the plane prefab called the Flying Fortress. Now what we're going to do here is do something that we did quite recently using the train car, where we actually had pretty much an entire camp inside one prefab. We're going to have beds in here, we're going to have workshops in here, and it's going to look really, really good. We're going to actually follow a very similar design to what we did for that previous video as well. Starting with a really cool makeshift bed. Now, as I said, I have done this before, but I think it's something that lots of builders in 76 need to do more often, including myself, which is build your own furniture using other things to give it that scrappy look. Here we've just got some stash boxes with a mattress on the top and some shelves at the back, which gives us a really cool makeshift looking bed, and it really fits the aesthetic of not just the Flying Fortress, but also Fallout itself. We're also going to bung a TV on the end because I personally like to watch TV in bed, so therefore we're going to do it here. We're also going to fill some of those bedposts with some items, and we're going to do that by using the item merging glitch. We've shown this many times on the Final Render channel, but it's a way to actually get stacked shelves in the camp system, and it looks really, really good. Takes some time, takes some practice, but once you've got it nailed down, you'll always be using these stacked shelves in your camp. We're going to have a box of Yeetabix and also have all of our plushies on the shelf as well, just to kind of give the bedroom area a little bit of life and a little bit of personality. I feel as if that's important with your camps. And here we go, we're going to put up the Season 2 poster right at the back, which looks really nice actually. I like the square one much more than the rectangle one that we got for Season 1. And also I wanted to build like some nice kind of side posts all along the walls, so therefore I decided to use this brand new Old West bar counter set, which is really nice because everything snaps together, it looks good, it all tiles and repeats texture wise, and it looks great. And of course you can snap a Tipsy Tom vending machine to it. This is a really cool vending machine. We've had a similar one with a Slocum's Joe theme, but now we've got kind of a drinking bar theme, which looks really good. And seeing as we have a barman, why don't we have a little bit of a bar? You know, we're gonna have a jukebox in here, we're gonna have some cool signage on the walls, and some bar stools. And as I said, I wanted to get all of my workshops in here. I didn't get every workshop in here, unlike with the previous one, but we get most of them in. Here you can see me using the same object merge glitch to actually put a small explosives crate into that little gap inside a weapons bench. It looks really good, especially with that Voltec skin. I could have gone with the other weapons workbench that did smaller, but I really wanted to have that kind of box glitched in there. We've also got a really nice place to go up and throw some weapon racks. We've got this kind of natural slots inside the Flying Fortress, which are the exact same height as the weapon rack. So we're going to throw up some weapons there. And then for the most part, just cover the place with signage. If you go and cover the inside of this place with signs, it kind of gives it that kind of long road lorry look, you know, that kind of 18-wheeler vibe where you just kind of fill it with decorations and little pictures and photos of families, and just kind of gives it that really nice tactile feature. We're mostly going to be doing that by using the Valerie's Galleria sign set, which you can get by doing the daily ops for free in-game. Really nice sign set, definitely gives the place a lot of flavour and a lot of personality, which is overall the best part about camp building. So here we are with our Flying Fortress apartment and store and workshop done. I love this place. The bar is a really nice touch. I really love the animations on this Tipsy Tom vending machine. He actually makes beer for you, which I think is a really cool, neat touch. He also fires peanuts everywhere out of a peanut cannon. Looks great. We've got some of the cool beer steins on display to give it that bar look, and also some of the Nuka Shine kind of beer kegs in there. But the actual bedroom behind him looks really good. It's got a lot of life, it's got a lot of personality, and as I said, I have done this exact kind of layout before, but it looks really good here. And when you actually throw up all the signs on all of the walls and kind of make the walls actually have a lot of texture and colour, it makes the place look really good. We've even got some of those fish on the walls, which I really like. We are on a lake after all, so why not have some fish on there? We've got a cool little dancing area with the new jukebox. That jukebox is absolutely gorgeous, fits in every single camp build. And the weapon racks were pretty much designed to be put into those slots on the Flying Fortress, which I really like. And the workshop is cool as well. We've got the armor, the tinkerers, the chemistry, and the weapons workshop in there. We actually do have the cooking and the power armor stations outside. So this camp does have the full utility that a normal camp would have. And it actually works really well in this camp, you know, to actually just have 4 in there. Fits the gap very nicely, I feel. Next up, we're going to actually start working on our greenhouse. We're going to go and use a glitch where you can get items of food planted very close together to actually populate the greenhouse with food. And I'm going to go and do something I've done quite a lot, and that is to use power conduits to build what looks like a sprinkler system on the ceiling. You could also argue it doubles as a way to hang like fluorescent light bulbs on the top to help the plants grow, but where if you imagine it's a water sprinkler system or a lighting system, it looks really good to have those metal poles going across your greenhouse. It gives it kind of an extra touch of realism, I feel. And I also went and put my conduits on the outside and below the glass on the greenhouse. That way there's no visible wires anywhere inside the camp, which looks really good. And I can attach that to the wind generators we have got on the side of the plane. so it's got a nice clean look, but also more than enough power than it needs. We're also going to put some nice decorations inside the greenhouse, you know, have some kind of Tupperware containers, we're going to have some sinks and also the turbo fur collector. Make this place look like an actual greenhouse. And also, we're going to have our chickies in there. We're going to put the chicken coop in there because it's a nice fit for right inside that doorway. And here we are with the greenhouse done. It's a pretty big greenhouse. You really don't need to build a greenhouse this big, but I feel as if this would be a really nice addition to the camp because we've got the lovely greenhouse walls, and also there's going to be some new changes to the way food works in just 10 days time. In 10 days time, food is now only going to give positive benefits to yourself. You're never going to need to eat or drink in order to maintain your hunger or thirst, so it's going to be more important than ever to go and have a nice supply of food so you can give yourself lots of cool buffs. And overall, the greenhouse is one of my favourite parts of this camp build. And then I just need to do one or two little things to tidy it up, add some more lights and stuff, making sure it doesn't clip through the door, and also add some rugs to the bridges because it's going to get very slippery, especially in winter, so I thought it was a nice idea to put some kind of rugs on there as well, just to make it look a bit safer. I feel as if that makes sense. And here we are with the camp build fully done. I really love the symmetry of this camp. The way that the bridges has given us this really nice, clean and confined look really works really well. We've got lots of corners, we've got lots of edges so it doesn't look boring, and we've got some really cool things in this camp that I have never done before. The actual plane itself is really cool. I love the way the bridge lines up exactly with the entrance of the plane. Definitely worth taking the time to do that. And the plane itself just looks cool. We've actually got power lines going to the roof, so it looks like there's rope and wire on the plane. And the inside of it is a really nice apartment. I've done this same thing before, as I've said, but it still looks really good. These long, thin prefabs are really good at testing your building skills and how you can cram everything in such a small space. And honestly, I think we did a good job here. Not only that, but it's also got all the utility we would need of a camp. We got all the workshops in there, we got the bed in there, there's a guitar in there to play music so we can get our bus with that. We got a place for our ally to stay as well, right outside the fantastic greenhouse. The greenhouse looks really good. I love the sprinkler system, I love the colours, I love the symmetry of it. It definitely feels great. My only regret with this camp was that I actually built this camp originally a few meters down the road and it looked so much better there. The location was so good, but unfortunately it didn't let me decorate in the plane because it was too close to water. But besides that, I adore this camp. I think it's an absolutely fantastic design. As I said, I love the neatness of it. The bridges gives it a really nice symmetrical look, and it's got everything I need, and it's just a bit different to what I normally do. So thank you very much for watching this video, people. I apologise it's been so long, but as I said, I was working away, and I can't wait to make more videos for you guys. Bye-bye, gang! Bye-bye. 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 Thank you so much for watching, and remember to check out the cool Patreon people in the description below and all of our YouTube members. Special thank you to our level 3 YouTube members, who currently consists of PsykerGirl,